Alright, hey guys, here we are. Oh, I forgot to change my bag. We'll just have to switch to this. Now, one of the things that I'll try to do here typically is blast it. Now, one thing that I might have. Oh, so if I have something with more topspin, I'd probably choose that. Like, especially like Thor 6, for example, is a perfect example of what I was mentioning. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch down to a Titan. What that's going to do is it's going to give me some extra length on the tee shot. That's exactly what I want, especially with weaker clubs. So you'll see that I'm using a Puck 4. I want to be able to get this as long as possible off the tee. So you'll see I'm not going to be able to get it up there with the Puck 6 guys. They're going to be able to get it up to the edge of the fairway up there. Even a Puck 5, you can probably get pretty close to the edge of the fairway. This is a very favorable wind for a lot of guys to be able. You can see a Puck 7 even dialing this down. Imagine if you don't dial it down, he might actually roll through. You can also see that he's going with the minus 35. If he would have used the Titan, I guarantee he would have ran through. Even with this, you can see he dialed it down to a Puck 6. It's probably still too much. What I'll typically do with an Puck 6 is kind of just back off. And you can see, if this didn't take the, you can see it took the checkup bounce. If it would have made the roll through bounce, it would have went into the rough. So you can see that it barely stopped. But, I'm kind of at almost perfect range here. I'm very close to the min line. What I'll typically do with the min line here, first off, I'll do typically maybe 4.5 on the backspin. It gives me just enough to where I can play this stop or run into the pin where it won't bounce off too hard. Now, 4.5 per ring is about where I'm thinking here. I usually play 5 at min club. So at 4.5 per ring, I'm thinking right around here, just a little bit more than 2 rings. Perfect ball. And you can see with the extra backspin that I put in it, I'm able to get the eagle hole out. Now, one of the things that you'll see guys do is they'll get up here too close, especially with too much of a power ball. They'll have a wedge. Good luck. So, a very tough shot with a wedge, regardless of what you try to do. So, much better to leave it to that short iron shot and play it under the wind. You'll see, I've had so much success on this hole doing it that way. And you can see the way that my opponent here is doing this. This is crazy. So he cranked up the backspin, which almost creates a little bit too much of a stop shot. He almost needs to land it on the hole for this to go in. It kind of reduces the amount of error that you can have and still hold it. You want to create a larger error. So you can see that this ball just kind of stops right on the edge. If he doesn't have enough momentum to let that ball roll down the hill, you're creating, less of a margin for error to where it can actually roll in. What you want to do is you want to create more of that to be able to have more error still hold out. It's kind of the goal of the shot. So that's what you want to do, which means that you don't want to crank that backspin up and just create a stop shot so it doesn't stop on the lip of the cup like that. So, keep those tips in mind. Good luck. And also, like I mentioned, if you can put it at that short iron distance, keep it out of the wind. It's much easier to hold out. So good luck and take care. See you on the next one.